Hey everyone, Luki here from LFMMO.com, a recommendation series where users reach out to us for, you guessed it, recommendations on MMOs. Today's LFMMO is from a user by the name of Abraxxus. Abraxxus is looking for a martial arts kung fu themed MMO. He says that all of the MMOs he has played have either been fantasy or sci-fi themed, and he is ready for something different. He would like to play a unique class that really reflects the martial arts kung fu theme. Our first recommendation is Blade and Soul. You are in luck as this game has been long awaited and recently came out a couple of weeks ago. This game is martial arts themed and would be a good fit for what you're looking for. It's also free to play, and with it just being released, there are a bunch of people playing it right now. Currently, there are over 1 million players, which is a great start, and NCSoft has already promised that they will have regular schedule of content updates and patches to further enhance gameplay and the overall Blade and Soul experience. Since Abraxxus was interested in playing a unique class, let's go over those really quickly. You can train as one of 7 classes, each with their own strengths, defenses, abilities, and devastating combos. The first one is Blade Master. As the name suggests, this class wields a sword. They are quick and are able to evade attacks and do damage to their foes with amazing accuracy. Next, we have Destroyer. Destroyers provoke enemies into attacking them. You can think of them as a tank and are all about brute strength and being in the front of combat. Once they have their opponent's attention, they overpower all who stand in their way with their giant axe. Next, we have Summoner. They harness the power of nature to control and attack foes. You can use a familiar, similar to a companion, to fight alongside you in battle. One useful aspect is that you can transfer health from yourself to your familiar. Then we have Force Master. They utilize the elements to fight enemies, either by torching enemies with flames, freezing them with ice, or blasting them away with energy to keep them away. We also have Kung Fu Master. There's no weapons needed with this class. They can use their armored fists to deal damage to others. We then have Assassin. They are stealthy fighters that try and catch their enemies off guard and dispose of them before they can even counter. Our last class is a Blade Dancer. These also use swords but use quick strikes to deal with their opponents. You can use the ability Phantom Grip to grab and throw an enemy in the air. Our second recommendation is Age of Wushu, also known as Age of Wulin in China. This game launched in North America in April 2013. In this game, players start by selecting one of the 8 factions to use in the game. They are Shaolin, Wudang, Imei, Beggar's Sect, Tang Clan, Scholars Academy, Royal Guard, and Blissful Valley. Here's a little bit more information on each of the factions. If you're unsure of what faction to choose, you can look at the weapons each offers and it might help you with your choice. Wudangs use swords or twin swords. Shaolin use staff and fist. Beggars use palms as their main weapon, but could also use staves and sticks. Imei is a women-only faction and they use twin daggers, while scholars use swords, but also use musical instruments as weapons. Tang uses daggers and flying darts. The last 2 factions, Blissful Valley and Royal Guards, are considered evil, but Blissful Valley uses twin broadswords, while Royal Guards utilize Eagle's Claw and Chain. You'll improve your character by learning new skills through participating in PvE and PvP content. You also gain faction-specific skills, similar to how each faction has their own weapons. They also have their own skills. But fair warning, if you leave that faction, you also lose that faction-specific skill as well. Whatever you are doing in the game, whether it be fighting mobs or crafting, you will earn cultivation points. Cultivation points are used to upgrade your fighting skills. There's also a reputation system. So if you do something good, you'll be awarded chivalry, but if you do something bad, you will earn guilt. Combat in the game contains actual martial arts moves, but also include movie-like superhuman abilities like jumping on rooftops and walking over water. There are no traditional levels, and instead the game is focused on a skill-based system. Combat depends on skill proficiency rather than any assigned numerical value. Our final recommendation is Swordsman Online. Released in July 2014, this MMO is based off of the novel The Smiling Proud Wanderer by Jin Yong, the best-selling Chinese writer alive. This game focuses on action-oriented combat and relies heavily on player skill versus equipment and stats. This is great for people who are looking to compete versus other players. As you progress through the story, the environment and NPCs change around you. The choices you make are important and pave the way to your overall game experience. At level 5, you get to choose your school, which is different than standard MMOs where you pick your class right off the bat. This seems to be a running theme with martial arts themed MMOs. Similar to Age of Wushu, there are 10 different school options available, and choosing a school is focused around what items and elements you want to use. Each of the schools has 3 different fighting styles and has specific abilities and weapons associated with it. So the 10 options are Shaolin, Wu-Tang, 5 Venoms, Splendor, Infinity, Sun and Moon Cults, Zephyr, House Tong, Harmony, and Ime. So let's go over the weapons for each of the different schools. Infinity uses twin rapiers and Wu-Tang uses claymore. Shaolin is a male-only school that uses cudgel, while on the flip side, 5 Venoms is a female-only school and uses a whip. Splendor has the longsword, while Harmony has the zither weapon. Sun and Moon uses daggers, and then Zephyr uses the ink fan. House Tong has the trigger weapon, and then Ime uses staff. So those are our 3 recommendations: Blade and Soul, Age of Wushu, and Swordsman Online. Try them out and let us know what you think. Until next time.